Welcome back to my favorite kind of collaboration. Sports fashion colliding with the apparel company you may have seen worn by your favorite athletes, including some Blue Jays during the World Series. I'd say good evening to Wes Brown, founder of Monday Hoops Club, and Steph Brown, his sister, the creative director. Thanks for joining us here at Live at 5. Okay, you're rocking the hats. Now, it caught my attention. I saw influencers were influencing, but they're in the States, so I thought it was an American brand. I saw David Schneider wearing them during the World Series, and I thought this must be his own brand, but no. It is a Toronto-based brand. Wes, you want to give us a kind of a rundown of where this all started?
Yeah, it started as merch for my basketball scouting company. I actually helped teams in the States, NBA, NCAA teams, recruit Canada. And I started to make merch to kind of brand my Monday report. And I realized hoodies started to take on a life of its own. But it was expensive and it wasn't one size fits all. Enter hats. Fits everyone. These nice two-tone designs are much cheaper to produce. And I just thought there was a lot more variation that I could create, new designs, hit all sports, and it just took off once we started, especially when I got my sister to join.
Yeah, and Steph, how did that happen? Like, how do you get, guys in the States or even NBA athletes, Blue Jays, wearing the hat?
That's honestly a lot of his job. He is really good at networking. He also has the network from basketball to reach out to these guys. So that's a lot of him. Sometimes we just DM these guys and they respond because they like the hat, they like the brand, and yeah, it goes from there. It's honestly pretty easy.
Yeah, and it sounds wild for people who might not be happy. I'm a hat guy. I have a massive head, and ironically, I love wearing hats. Yeah. But the hat market, like everyone's got a hat. Everyone does. There's New Era. There's 47 brands. You get all these, independent hat companies. It's crowded. How do you, as the creative director, try to stand out?
We just try to stay on our, we are at the center of basketball and fashion, so we just try and go back to our roots always. This Monday here, as you can see, is our classic logo, what I'm wearing as well. And we sort of just like to stay on brand. We like to do different designs, but we like to stay true to ourselves. So we have our little custom Mr. Monday on the side.
Love it. Throwback vintage.
And then we branched out into football too. We did a football guy, and we're trying to branch out into other sports as well now.
And Wes, how cool was that to see David Schneider during the World Series? It was the most watched World Series since '92, and he's rocking your hat. How did that feel?
It was crazy. A bunch of people were just messaging us, and all of a sudden I started to hear the dings from Shopify. Order, and hundreds of orders that day. We've sold out twice now, so we've had to pre-order more and more. It's incredible, and it's so crazy. It comes from our minds, and all of a sudden, a week later, that was happening, and then Chris Paul wore a few hats the same week, so it really started to spiral the momentum from there.
Yeah, and I know you started as basketball stuff, and you're wearing the baseball hat now, but how did that Blue Jays run really, put you on the map for a lot of Canadian customers as well?
For sure. I mean, the fact that we made this Jays colorway, it was, a lot of it is just luck, right? It's a numbers game, it's trial and error. We sent out all of those hats and everything, and it just so happened at the right time we had this Jays hat prepared for the playoffs. And that year, they happened to make the World Series. There happened to be the Schneider moment. It started with a DM to Ernie Clement.
Wow. And
we just sent him extra hats, and Ernie Clement wore our classic Monday hat as well to the World Series. So it all worked out.
Yeah, and he had quite the World Series as well. So what is the future like for the company, as basketball season's in full swing, baseball in just less than 3 months?
Yeah, we have a lot of collabs coming up. We have something special for NBA All-Star Weekend, something for the World Cup that's going to be in Toronto. Everything is just really authentic. It's really what comes to our table, I think. Guys like Donovan Mitchell, who's been our #1 ambassador, we didn't predetermine that he would be that. He's worn it to death. So, we have some things lined up, but we'll see what comes up. We're continuing to grow. We've kind of hit another level of growth and views and sales and everything from that Davis Schneider moment, our first real viral moment. So we'll see what the future holds.
All right. Well, we're up against it now, but I appreciate you guys. Check out their stuff. Bakari, back to you.